Now then, good morning. We're going to try and breathe a bit of life into the 5 Series in this video. I'm down at Darkside Development. I've owned this car for 5 years now, and it's done a few miles. I bought it 130, it's on 208 now, so nearly 80,000 miles in my ownership. I'm going to try and breathe some life into it today, because I had a look at alternatives or similar cars, modern day cars, modern 5 Series and stuff, and it's just the same car but a bit newer. What's the point in spending all that money again and then probably having to do all the servicing and all that stuff again? I figured I'd just put some money into this. I'm going to be driving to Germany a lot this year as well, and I need something reliable and cruisy that I can chuck loads of shit in maybe and, you know, smuggle through the border. So I think this will be a good car for that. Itinerary for today, for this video, we're going to inspect it with Darkside. One of their top engineers is going to be looking at it, do a bit of a health check. I'm going to service the engine, the gearbox, have a look round, see if it needs anything else, and eventually, yeah, we'll be going on the dyno. First of all, seeing how much power has it lost in 20 years and 208,000 miles, and then just yeah, breathing a bit of life into it, making it more efficient. Hopefully, it's still completely original, the car, all the original emissions stuff still working. I think it feels slow. It does feel slow, so anyway, I've come to the right place. Let's get it sorted. Oh, thanks. So Darkside are doing their own video today as well. They want to prove that you can tune a high mileage car, because it's a question they get a lot. You can't tell me, it doesn't look good.
My mum says it's best off not to say if you ain't got out nice to say, so I've got to say out.
Right, the first thing we're going to do today, the first question we're going to answer is how much power has this engine still got? The book figure is 177 PS, which is 174 British horsepowers. What's it got now? I don't know. It's probably less than that. It feels slow. It's still got the original DPF and cat and everything's original, right? 208,000 miles. Been serviced when it tells me to. I'm not one of these that goes every 5,000 miles, every 10,000 miles, every 15,000. It's about every 20k it gets serviced. I know a lot of you don't like that, but it's still here, isn't it? And it's still running. But how much power has it got? Completely stock. So we'll find out how much it's got, then we're going to go in the workshop, check it over, service it, bring it back, see how much power we can gain from just a little service. And then the boys here are going to have a little play with it, but we're getting locked in, so it's time to unleash the beast. We're off to a brilliant start. The car isn't. Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Go on, I'll stop doing your job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't need the key. It's gearbox related.
Yeah, I think it's a transmission, because like when you go full throttle, it just slips too much and it just jumps like to 2000 RPM.
Ooh.
So like the converter doesn't really lock very early.
Yeah, well I don't think it's ever been serviced, so it's probably a good idea to service it. Yeah, but the power's bang on. Look at that flat line. So yeah, pretty surprising result. The car felt pretty slow to me, but double-edged sword. I'm happy that there's actually nothing terribly wrong with it. You know, the DPF's not blocked or anything like that, but also it doesn't feel fast, so, you know, I was hoping we'd find a problem with it, but no, all good. The car is due a service though, so let's do that. Going to be finally changing the transmission oil as well, and we'll figure out whether or not it's ever been changed before, because it's a 20-year-old car. Obviously I do a lot of towing, so, you know, my car has a hard life. What's the oil going to look like? I asked for best mechanic at Darkside, and he was busy. So we've got Ruben. So a few years ago I had an issue with this car. It was doing huffings, which is a technical term. Basically it was like, sounded really rough on idle, and they call it huffing because it's basically the injectors were leaking, or there was a bit of air getting in, I think, in the injector or something. And rather than fix it properly, all I did was went round all of the injectors and nipped them up, because I've got a little copper washer which wears out over time. And you can either fix that by replacing it, which is quite a big job, or you can try and bodge it by nipping them all up. And luckily the bodge worked, but we are noticing a bit of residue around, but that could be years old, that couldn't it? Could be years old. She's a bit sweaty, the engine like, but it's not an oil leak. I'm sweating power. That's what all the Vauxhalls used to have on the back, innit? I thought you did this every day.
What, me?
Yeah, proper cars.
This is ancient, this.
What do you mean ancient?
This is what you get from servicing regularly.
So the front of the gearbox is 2 magnets to catch swarf, and they look clean. They look super clean, don't they? Mate, they look really good. They can't be original, right? Do you reckon it's been serviced before?
I'd say so.
We'll be able to tell on pan, won't we, if it's a genuine pan or not?
Yeah.
So it is the original, but the oil did look clean.
Yeah, oil didn't look bad.
Remember this, done a lot of towing and stuff. You can see this is like a calendar here. It's got 02, 04, 06, 08. We're bang in the middle of that, 05, which obviously it's a 2005 car, so that adds up. Yeah, that's not as brown as the stuff that came out.
But yeah, priority. Get your priority.
Right, we're done with the servicing. So back to the dyno. I've been buying some new stuff.
Oh wow, spending penny.
Look at this. Beastie. Right, we're back in the dyno cell now, and we're going to find out if the car's going to make any more power based on its service. So it was last serviced, I think, at 185,000 or something. It's on 208 now, so it's probably due. It was due a service. Okay, so we've done that anyway. We've changed the gearbox oil as well, so we'll see how that affects the lines on the graph and all that. And then we're going to do a gearbox tune, which is something that everyone here has told me that completely transforms these gearboxes. This is a 6-speed automatic, and it's the
What? XHP?
XHP.
Yeah.
It's the XHP, yeah, not Vista, not 98. XHP tune that we're doing to it. And we'll see how that affects on the dyno graph as well. And then maybe try and make the engine more efficient after that, after we're done. Which stage?
This one.
Okay, thank you. This is just for the gearbox though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, more efficient. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the results are in, and we made about 6, 7 more horsepowers. Maybe 8, depends how you count it, right? We'll call it 8 because it sounds better. So that's from a service, but also the car, as soon as we brought it on the dyno, decided to do a regen of the DPF, you know, which would have freed up the exhaust a little bit. So that's a combination of a regen and a service. So yeah, healthier engine. Now it's getting a gearbox tune, an Windows 8 XP, and then yeah, after we're doing that, we'll see if that makes a difference here. Shouldn't do, but we might see the locking. It's how it locks the with the torque converter might change as well. And then we're going to try and yeah, see if we can get the engine to run just a little bit more efficient.
We thought we might be able to get a little bit more out of it. We did.
Good improvements. So when it came in, 177, service DPF regen 185, and then high 230s. He's got to do some tweaks for the efficiencies, but yeah, the engine's really happy, it would seem, with whatever they've been doing. You know, I didn't come here to try and get more power, you know, I'm not that interested, you know, it's an old car. If I wanted a faster one, I'd buy a faster one, right? But to know that the engine's a bit healthier, then, well, maybe not healthier, but working a bit more efficiently, then it should make it healthier at the same time, right? In my opinion. I don't know if that's Darkside's opinion, but obviously people bring their cars here to try and, you know, maximise performance, but we're maximising efficiency, because I don't like putting fuel in it, you know. It's actually pretty good on fuel, the car. There's like 30, probably like 40 to the gallon average over the time I've had it, maybe less than that now, but yeah, it should go better now. I was averaging about 36, 37 recently, but I think, you know, it's been due a service for a while. Plus it's been winter, and obviously you always lose a couple of mpg at winter. Right, test drive after the dark side gearbox and efficiency tune. Right, test drive. Is the mic on as well? So we're on the famous dark side test track at the minute, which is yeah, usually it can be bait up here. I've driven down here enough times, and there's been a certain police traffic officers like to park in a lay-by sometime and just see who's coming flying past, but the car seems alright so far. I'm going to turn the traction off, just we're going to go around a roundabout here. The boot's full of I went to Miller's Oils this week, got some oils, so we've got 80 litres of engine oil in the back and some other shit, but hopefully it'll be alright. I just want to give it a little kick out of this roundabout. We're going to come back the other way and we'll just see what it feels like. So before, I mean, the car's never felt fast. It's not a fast car by any means, but you know, obviously now it should be a little bit more keen to get away. And also the shifts should be better. The automatic transmission should be happier. So there's a nice gap here. Hopefully we can hold it. Feels fast, I don't know. Feels more efficient, I guess. It's not going to set the world on fire, you know, with the performance it's got. It's probably more like a 530D now than a 525D. So one of the problems I was having with the car, one of my complaints with the car, which is why I wanted to get it, you know, just checked over by Darkside, was like speeds like now when we're doing 60 miles per hour, say if we're on the motorway or something, and yeah, you just want to get back up to 70, you know, or whatever when you're driving on the motorway, and it seems pretty good so far. Obviously, I'll know over the course of a few weeks, and obviously over the years to come, the years to come, we'll know truly whether it's a good idea to be fettling with a car with this kind of mileage, or you should just leave it alone. So far, I mean, it's definitely more efficient. Okay. It's definitely more efficient. It's not going to set the world on fire though. I do a little bit regret maybe just not getting a 535D when I first bought this car, but it's alright, it's pretty good, man. Anyway, we've definitely rejuvenated a little bit, put some life into it, and yeah, we're going back into Darkside now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Ruben can sort his aircon out. Just one thing left to do. Of course. Right, we're all done then at Darkside. So the car has now got a fresh lease of life, maybe. Obviously, it's still an old wrecker. Still done 208,000 miles. It's still worth nothing, basically. I mean, maybe it's worth more now it's had the delicate Darkside hands around it a little bit. And yeah, hopefully it'll be good into the future. I'm a little bit annoyed that we couldn't get the aircon fixed. That would have been really nice. That would have really been the cherry on the top. But you know what? Have too much cake, you can't have it and eat it, can you? Do you know what that means? That you can't have your cake and eat it. If you think about it, I always thought it meant that, you know, you can't have your cake and then eat it. But I don't know. What do you think? Apparently, it's got more meanings than one. Right, it's been about a month, just over, since I was at Darkside with the car. I've done about 1,500 miles. In that time, I was at Donington Park with the car yesterday with all my stuff to go racing, and yeah, the car is going well. Yeah, I've got used to the changes now. The gearbox especially was the biggest change, I think. It's really changed how the car drives. So it's now kind of, if you drive a more modern automatic car, like a more modern BMW or anything, right, especially with these 8 speeds and all that, they're all more keen to change gears quicker, right? And that's what this car wasn't doing before and is now. And that could be down to the fresh fluid, or it could be the software. And I think it's more to do with the software, because it's just different. It's what's changed. The biggest change for me is when you're in D, when you're in drive and you're just driving along normally, before the car used to cling onto gears more, which again could be because of the hydraulic oil that was changed, and you know that can cause other issues. But what's happening, what I'm noticing and what I'm trying to adjust to more is the difference now between the normal driving mode and the sports mode, because before there was a bit of a difference. When I was towing, I'd usually keep it in the sports mode to keep the revs up and stuff, but there wasn't a huge difference between them. But now, which is why I think it's more to do with the tune, or it might be a mixture of both, of course, there's such a huge difference between those two modes. So much so that if I'm in a situation where, you know, say if I need to pull out a roundabout quickly, for example, or if I'm joining a slip road or anything like that, if I'm in the normal driving mode, I'm in the wrong mode, right? And it's really noticeable, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure if that's a software or not. But the car, the engine, the performance, everything is really good. I'm sure it's nothing more than what like a nice, you know, 530D or a, you know, it's a healthy car. We know that, you know, sticking to those servicing schedules. I got a bit of stick on Darkside's video. They've already published their video, and I got a bit of stick in the comments for sticking to the servicing schedule defined by the people who built the car. I got a bit of stick about that. All I've ever done on this car is there's a service thing in the computer. I reset it when I service it. When it bongs up telling me I need a service, I change the oil, I service it. That's all I've ever done, and apparently that's not what you should do. Okay, you use the right oil, which is for the engine, the long life oil or whatever. I put the right oil in it, I change it when it says, it still works just fine, okay? I think that's evidence that, no, you don't need to, if you want to change your oil every 5,000 miles, feel free, okay? But oil, it's just dead dinosaurs, isn't it, right? Like, especially on a diesel, like, you put fresh oil in it, it's black in 500 miles anyway. You know, you're not going to be able to tell that it's gone anywhere. And look, that's a discussion maybe you can have in the comments as well, but I don't think it's an issue. But yeah, I'm enjoying the car. It's done well. Like I say, it's full of crap right now. There's some stuff going on here which you'll see about. I've got loads of videos in the pipeline for you, but I'm just finishing off this Darkside one today. Like I say, I was at the racing yesterday, filled the car up, loads of stuff in there, and you know, I've got everything that I need for racing. And yeah, had a really good day's racing yesterday at Donington Park in the Civic, which again you'll see more about in the future. I'm about a month or 2 months behind on video. I'm a little bit behind on videos, but I'm just posting this one now. I'm going to try and do some more regular videos, you know, shorter, more regular videos for a bit. Just to, I'm working on a video on the Black M3 currently, which is going to be probably about 3 hours long. If you like a long video, I just need to do it because I want to do it. But yeah, all going well. So thanks to Darkside, the team, and everyone. We had a good time, and the car's good, a lot better. It's a good car. Is it a great car now? It might be, but yeah, certainly no plans, no imagination to get anything else. I'm not even looking. I'm quite happy with it. So thanks to Darkside, recommended, of course. Cheers.